Welcome to Mug TCG, this is Mug talking, and today let's talk about pre-release. And here we're going to focus on Legends of the Force, because it's the new set that we're going to play like this week. So yeah, let's start here with the leaders. So you need to be aware, because we have common leaders and rare leaders. So let's talk about the common ones first, because this is the leaders that you're going to see more often. Maybe you can open like 6 boosters and not even open a single rare leader. So here we have Mother Talzin. Actually use the Force, give unit -1/-1. This leader can be for me is the best leader of the new set, and can be really good in the pre-release too, because you can give -1/-1 like every turn, because you create the Force token like every turn probably. And we have some other cards that interact with her. So if you open like the blue villainy, maybe green, maybe red, other cards that you can play with, go ahead. This should be a good deck. We have the Talzin's Assassins and this Knight archetype that we have now that give -2/-3, -2/-2, and kind of stuff. Here we have Third Sister playing from your hand against Hidden for this phase. It's not that bad, because you know that the unit that you're going to play will not die by damage, like by attack this turn, which is good. But it's kind of okay. Like it's a 5/4, is easy to defeat. I think she had Hidden. Let me just check here. I think she had Hidden as a leader. I don't know if she had as deployed. Yeah, she has. So when you deploy, it can't be defeated this turn, which is good. So it's like almost 5 damage guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's almost 5 damage guaranteed. Can be good. Deploy 5 is actually, it's kind of early in the game here in the pre-release. Here we have Supreme Leader Snoke. Give your experience token. You need to pay 1 resource and exhaust the leader. Give an experience token to the unit with the most power among friendly units. And in the flip side, you can do this as an attack. The problem here is that you don't choose. Like, okay, you will always put in the best unit, but it's not that bad too, because the problem I think is like, it's not like Obi-Wan. I'm going to talk about Obi-Wan I think here. But yeah, we have the Obi-Wan that you can choose where you're going to put the experience token. This one you can't. And when deploy is on attack, so you can maybe attack for 5 because you can attack. Then you Snoke is the unit with the most power among your friendly units, you will give the experience token to him. So yeah, can be good if you have like a decent pool. Is not that bad. Giving experience tokens to your units is not that bad in pre-release. But I think the deploy for 6 maybe kind of late for a 4/7, but I have a decent body. Can be good. Here we have Grand Inquisitor. We have action, use the Force, attack with a friendly unit. The defender gets -2/-0 for this attack. This leader is really bad in Premiere, but can be good in here in the pre-release, because you can do like valuable trades, because you will not lose your unit and you will defeat your opponent's unit. So can be good. We need to see about the pool of the yellow and maybe other villainy cards that of other aspects that we can play with, but it will not be my first option, but can be good using this ability. But yeah, in the Premiere here, it kind of sucks. Here we have Ahsoka Tano. We have action, you exhaust, use the Force, give a friendly unit Sentinel for this phase. It's not that bad too. I think that this Green Crystal, I think the main problem here is the 3/5. 3/5 is like a unit that you can play at turn 2, right? But yeah, here with Ahsoka Tano, we have a 5/6, which is pretty decent. And let me check here the flip side. I think it's the same thing, but yeah, with on attack. She don't have Sentinel. I think if she has Sentinel, it's supposed to be really better, but she's not. But it's the same thing when you flip, you don't need to use the Force, you just attack, give Sentinel to a unit. Sentinel, we're going to talk about this later in this video. Sentinel is really good and in pre-release. The bad thing here is just for the face, but it's not that bad. I think the main problem here is the cost 6 for deploy. Maybe she was like, if she was like for 5, maybe 3/6 or 4/5, something like that, it's supposed to be better. But Sentinel every turn can be really good. If you have the initiative, you attack first, then you open, you have the first token. So in the turn 3, maybe you will give Sentinel, and you will loop the Sentinel every turn, and maybe your opponent will not hit your base anymore. Kit Fisto, this one probably is my favorite for this pre-release. Action, you pay 1 and exhaust the leader. If you attack with a Jedi unit, this deal 2 damage to a unit. You don't need to use the Force token, which is cool. And the main problem here is the 1/6, and Kit Fisto, as deployed, it gains +1 for each Jedi unit you have in your board. So yeah, this is a tribal deck with Jedi for sure. If you have a decent pool of Jedis, you open Kit Fisto, it can be really good, because think that you have his action is just a dead rate every turn. Okay, you need to play back in the curve, because if you have 3 resources and you want to use this ability, you need to play a cost 2 unit. But remember, it's a 2 damage every turn. Can be really good if you control the board, defeating your opponent's units with this 2 damage. Maybe you can build a deck with like the 2/4s, the 1/4 and kind of stuff, because maybe, okay, they will not hit for a lot, but you're hitting 2 with your leader every turn and they can finish. So this way, if you deploy with like 4, 5 Jedi in your, I think you can't with 5, but if you're using the ability every turn, but maybe 4, your leader is now a 5/6, which is really good. And I think you have Saboteur. Let me show here too. Yeah, he has Saboteurs, which is amazing, right? And here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the best too. Action, you exhaust, use the Force, give an experience token to a unit without an experience token on it. Yeah, this can be really good, because you can use, we have like some cards that give you the Force token turn 1. Like we have a yellow hero unit that does this. So he's a 2/4. So if you do this, you want to play it, you can use Obi-Wan's ability. Now it's a 3/5. It's 3/4. Is it 2/3? I don't remember. I think it's a 2/3. It goes through 3/4. Yeah, can be really good. You can give experience token to your units every turn, which is cool. Like I said, experience tokens in pre-release is really good. You can do some valuable trades with your units. Yeah, it's a good leader. I think the main problem is a 3/6 as a leader, but you can give experience token again. You can't give to him, which is bad, but it's a decent leader. Here we have Cal Kestis. Action, use the Force, and opponent choose a ready unit they control, exhaust that unit. This one is good. I don't think it's that good for pre-release, because it's really easy to defeat. It's a 3/4. He deploys in a 4 resources, which like Sabine, so it's really fast. But I don't think in the pre-release we have the weapons, the necessary weapons to like be the aggressor and do all the things that we want to do. We don't even have the Force throw in the deck, in the set. So yeah. Now we go into the rare. I think here we can talk just a little bit. Like we have Kylo Ren, Berzov, Morgan Elsbeth, Rey. All of these leaders, like Rey and Kylo Ren, I don't like too much because it's a cost 7 leader to deploy. So it's really late game for pre-release. To be honest, if you want to play, if you want to have fun, use your favorite character, go ahead. We need to remember that this is just for fun. This is the game. But to be honest, I don't think they're like not even Tiger 1 or 2. Like Kylo Ren is okay as a 5 Sentinel, but it's too late game. You're probably not even going to deploy depending of the deck that you're playing against. We have Berzofi. You pay 1 less for the events. I don't know if this can be that good. I don't know if you want to play too many events in this pre-release. Here we have Morgan Elsbeth. You can play a unit. This can be good because this is kind of ramp. Like Han Solo, something like that, because you play a unit costing 1 less if she has the same keyword as the unit that you have in your board. This can be good, because you can play ahead in a curve. So yeah, I didn't thought about it yet, but yeah, it looks good. Here we have now the hero sites and Darth Revan. Kanan Jarrus, give a shield token to a creature or spectre unit. Can be good if you have a decent pool of creatures or spectre. So I don't think we can say too much here. It is a 5/8 at deploy. Here says it's a 3/6, but if you have a Spectre unit or a creature, you have a 5/8. I think is the best body that you can have here in the pre-release. Okay, we have Rey that is a 6/8, but is a for 1 more resource. We have Ava Chris that is 4/10, can be 8, because every time you attack, you will create the Force token if you have the base. So yeah, it's a 8/10, but is it 9 to deploy? Is a lot. Okay, we reduce this using the Force, that kind of stuff, but it's still being a lot. I don't think you need to play with this card. Darth Revan can be really good because you probably want to do some valuable trades, and in the pre-release, the main problem here is the aspect, Because if you play with Darth Revan, you only play with one other color, and this release is bad. You probably will not have a decent pool with a bunch of only one color to play. Like, okay, you have the villainy, and maybe you want to play with red. You probably will not have like 20 cards, good cards to play with. So, yeah, you need to be aware of this. Okay, here we have Anakin Skywalker. It's the same problem. I think Anakin is worse because he have a decent body, but the problem here is that you don't want to use this ability. I think you don't have too many good cards to use. Like, we don't have Bahaj. You don't have no good Semidad to use this ability just to play out of the aspect, you know. And here we need to remember that you will get to Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn because you have this in your kit. So Darth Maul, I think, is a good card, as a good leader, because you can do like 1 damage in 2 units every turn, because you will create the Force token every. Like, I don't know if you who's watching right now is already playing the Legend of the Force in Petronakin, in Karabasti. Most of the players, I am one of these players too that thought, okay, Force token is not a big deal. I think we will not trigger this every time. So, but we're wrong, because we can have the Force token like every turn, and sometimes more than once every turn. So Darth Maul can be really good. Qui-Gon Jinn, I don't think is that good, because I think most of the units that you want to play with Qui-Gon Jinn to do this bouncing and kind of stuff is units from another set. So yeah, I don't see me playing with this in the pre-release. So okay, now talking about the main thing about this set, that is the Force. So because now we have the Force token. And how do we create the Force token? I explained about all the leaders that we interact with the Force, but how we create this, like with the bases. We have this new bases, the 28 common base, so you will open a bunch of these bases. We will open at least 6 in your booster pack. And we have like the 25 HP base that we're going to talk later in this video, but this one's is probably the base that you're going to play with. And yeah, when a friendly Force unit attacks, the Force is with you. You create a Force token. So looks like, okay, I will not have the Force token that often, but trust me, you will. You probably will have a Force token every turn. So you need to build your deck around these Force interactions, and this should be really good. And we're going to talk about later in this video the good hits that you want to see, like commons and uncommons in your booster packs that can be really good to interact with the Force. So never tell me the odds. Here we have we're in an important part of the video, because in the Premiere we play with 50 cards, and most of the decks play with 10 to 14 units for turn 1. And this means if you're playing with 10, is 75% that you will draw this in your opening hand. And with 14 is 87%. This is not counting the mulligan. So yeah, I like to play with 12 to 14 to guarantee that I'm going to play turn 1. Because it's really, really bad to not play turn 1. In the Premiere, in the pre-release, I think is worse. Because if you play, your opponent will just create a snowball. You will not create a Force token because in turn 2, because you will not attack with a unit. Your opponent will, so he can just snowball and defeat you with your valuable trades and crush you. So here in the pre-release we play with 30 cards minimum. So this means that for the same percentage, we have here 6 for 77% or 8 for 87%. So you need to be aware of this. Like, I like to play with 7 or 8 cards for turn 1. To don't miss my turn 1, because maybe if you not play turn 1, you will lose the game just by that if you're playing against a good player. So, okay, here we have legendary don't mean nothing. Okay, I know you open your Darth Vader, but maybe you don't have a decent leader blue or decent leader villainy. But okay, you open Darth Vader, is a good card, but you want to play with it. But let's pretend you open this Poe. Look at this Poe. You don't even need a legendary to play with this. This is already good. We have at Gala, there's a rare card, 2 Kiadimundo, 2 Mace Windu is uncommon, so you probably can open 2 in your pool. Maybe not 2 with Koff because it's rare, but maybe, why not? And let's pretend you open this pool and you want to play with Darth Vader. You will miss all of this pool just to play with Darth Vader because the legendary is a good card, and it's not worth it. Trust me, in pre-release, legendaries mean nothing. For sure, if you have a legendary that fits in this pool, is a really good thing, but don't base your deck in your legendaries or in your rare cards. Maybe sometimes in rare cards you can if you have a decent pool for it, but yeah, just be aware of this. Late game is important. So yes, late game in the pro release is important because maybe goes to that, and you don't want to play a 2 cost 2 units when your opponent is playing a cost 6, a cost 7, a cost 8 unit for sure. If you do this, this should be really bad for you. And here we have some options for the late game, like Darth Sidious, Eighth Brother, Savage Opress. And here we have the hero ones. We have a decent, like, Plo Koon. Plo Koon, we're not seeing Plo Koon a lot in the Premier, like in Petronac and in Karabas, but here is a good. He's a 6/8 if you will have the Force token, like I said, every turn. So he will have great every turn. We have here Caloron back that looks at your 7 top cards. You can bring something. Mace Unit is amazing, and we're going to talk about, I think in the next slide, about removals that we don't have too much in the pre-release removes, because we don't have Takedown, we don't have Feather Drag, we don't have No Glory, because these are all of these cards is from previous sets. So Mace Unit can be really good. It is 6/6 for 6 with Overwhelm, and when played, you use the Force and do 4 damage. It's a good removal. Death Blabba as a 5/7 ambush saboteur, really good. Here we have like some other units that is not even is non-hero, non-villainy, that can be really good too. And like I said, less removals in the game. So here we have a few that I'm showing you here. Crushing Blow, defeat an only unit that costs 2 or less. Whirlwind of Power, giving a unit -2/-2 for this phase. If you control a Force unit, and then you will have -3/-3 instead, so you maybe will defeat something. Shatterpoint, I think, is the best removal for this set. That if you have the Force token, you just defeat a unit. Pretty simple. And if you don't have the Force token, you defeat a unit that is not leader with 3 or less remaining HP. Here we have some others. Use the Force, you do 3 damage. Discard Lightsaber from your hand if you do 4 damage. Each player chooses a unit they control. This means that you need to choose to. Deal 3 damage to each unit not chosen this way. So yeah. And here we have some like, this is like a waylay. You bounce your opponent's unit. If you have the Force token, you can use, and he needs to discard a random card from the hand. And here, for 7, you just defeat a unit. So yeah, for upgrade, because less removals means that your units will be there for more time. So upgrade can be really good, because if you put an upgrade in your units, it will be there. your opponent needs to defeat it with a unit, with a leader, or with a removal if he finds it, but we have less, like I said before. And for sure, upgrades that can be removals can be really good, like Craving and Power. Deal damage to enemy unit equal to attached unit's power. You give +2/+2. It's not like a Bahaj that you give +2/+2, do splash the damage, then you will lose this +2/+2. This upgrade will be there for the next turn, so you will still have +2/+2, and you deal damage to someone, you probably will defeat something. You have this Heavy Blaster Cannon. One play you may do 1 damage to ground unit, then deal 1 damage to the same unit, then deal 1 damage to the same unit. This is not 3 damage in once, because you can, if you only have like 2 shields, you would do 1 in the shield, 1 in the shield, 1 in the unit. So really good. Sentinel. So yes, we don't have too many removals, so Sentinel can be really good, because the only way for your opponent to pass through it is defeating with the attack. So yeah, She-Hood is insane in this card. This card in Pro Release, oh my god, I want to open like 2 or 3 of this in the Pro Release for sure, because you can loop the Force token to always defend with She-Hood and using the Force and not losing him, which is cool. We have Obi-Wan that is a 3/5 for the Sentinel for turn 2, which is amazing. Every time you play a Force unit, and you will play a Force unit every turn, he will become Sentinel again. Big units. Okay, we talk about the late game, but he will have like big units that is like for the mid game, like Old Daka, Trolls of the Coven, that is a 6/6, 3/7 with Raid 3. Really good. This unit is really good, and in the pre-release, maybe not even if you don't use like the one play of Old Daka. Maybe you don't have a knight in your board to trigger the one played, but it's a 5 or 6/6. It's a decent body that your opponent needs to deal with it. Remember, we don't have too many removals, so Old Daka can be really good. Now, things that you don't do it. So Double Aspect. I think Double Aspect is kind of bait. Doom is, I think, is the only one that maybe if I open up, might try to do something, but I have a decent pool. But no, we have like this thing, like most of the Double Aspect is good, because the drawback is that you need to play one with only one color. So that's why they are good. But in the pro release, you can't choose all of your cards, so maybe it's not that good. Like, this is the only double aspect cards in this set. Don't worth it to play. Like, if you open only one Doom, why you would just cut in half all of your deck of the all of the other colors just to play with Doom with double vigilance, you know? So yeah, don't it's not worth it, trust me. Too late game, yeah, we're talking about late game. Late game is important, but too late game is not. So Meteor Supremacy, and Yoda Bando. Yoda can be good because it's a removal, but if I open like 2 Yoda, maybe 3, I will. It's kind of hard because it's legendary, but maybe if I open, I will play with maybe only 1, maybe 2 if I have a decent deck, a curved deck, consistent. But it's too late game. You probably will play like, if you play like 6 matches in a day, you probably will play like 5 without playing this Yoda, and we will have like this Yoda since your turn 2 in your hand. I will keep this for the late game. You'll not even play because the match over earlier than this. So yeah. And this is not for units, this is for leaders too. Like I said, Ava Cruz is too late game, Ray is too late game. Ray can be good because you can do like damage, but you want to, in pro release you play more units, and to trigger Ray you need to play non-unit force card this phase, so it's too, I don't know, don't look that good, and she's the play for 7. It's too late game. So bases is the same thing here. All of the 4 new bases don't look that good like the 28. The 28 is way better. You trust me, you will trigger the Force Token like every turn if you play with the 28 base. Sometimes more than once, which is amazing. You don't need these bases to play in the pre-release. Only if you want to do like specific plays with like Virgin's Tempo, because you will have the Force. You will start the turn 2 with the Force Token, so you can already do something before attack or something like that. But trust me, it's not worth it. You want to play with plus 3 HP with the 28 HP base that created Force Token, which is way better than this one. And now that we talked about everything, like don't do it, all of the stuffs, all of the mechanics, let's go to the good hits here that you want to see in your booster packs. That is like good cost 1 or 2 for the turn 1, like you have decent units like with the Force trade that because you want to create a Force token. We have Kara's, there's a 2/4. When defeated, you can use the Force token, gives -2/-2 to something, which is amazing. We have Secret Sage as a 2/2 Force shielded, so it's a 2/2 that will not die for just 1 attack because have shield. And it is Force, so when attacks, create the Force token with your base. Yeah, it is rare, so should be more rare to get this one, but it's a 2/4 restore 1, and on attack, each other Jedi unit have the restore 1 too, which is amazing. Gungi, that is a 2/5 Force Jedi. Amazing. We have this Acolyte of the Beyond. Is not Force, but on attack the Force is with you, so you create the Force token, and when defeated, the same thing. Adigalia is a rare card too. 2/4. When an opponent plays an event, do 1 damage to that player's base. This is good. Youngling Padawan and Jedi Consular is more like to do some trick plays. Like Youngling Padawan, you can play turn 1, then you already create the Force token for your Obi-Wan trigger. Then you trigger Obi-Wan, give experience token to Youngling Padawan. Turn 2, you already have a 3/4 to attack. Maybe you can defeat something, maybe you would just hit for 3, create a Force token again because you're attacking with a Force unit, which is amazing. A Jedi Consular is if you have the Force token, you can exhaust this one and play a unit costing 2 less, which is really, really good. You can just like, works like a ramp for 2, which is amazing. He will have like more units to have, and like I said before, Sentinel is really good, so that's why we have Supremacy Tie is a cost 3/3 Sentinel in space. Lothwolf, I know you can. Lothwolf has the ability that you can't attack with this unit, but it is a cost 2 3/3 Sentinel in the ground, which is amazing. Force your opponent to hit this. Maybe he needs to attack for twice, because we saw here that we have a bunch of turn 1 that on attack for 2. So probably Lothwolf will tank 2 units. If you're playing with Kanan, you can just give a shield to Lothwolf, which is really amazing. Have Obi-Wan, that is a 3/5 Sentinel that when you play this unit, he gains Sentinel, and every time you play a Force, he gains Sentinel again. So you probably will play Force every turn, so he can be a Sentinel to the end of the game. Shihud, like I said before, is amazing. You can loop the Force token to protect your board. Talzin and Assassin. Now, getting out of the Sentinels. Here we'll have more cards that interact with the Force Soak, like Thousands Assassin, cost 4, 4/4, Force Knight. One play you may use the Force. If you do, give it a unit -3/-3. This card is amazing. This card will play a lot in the Premiere too, not just in the pre-release. Ezra Bridger, the on attack is not that good. Like we give experience token to a creature or Spectre unit. We don't have too many Spectre units in the set, I think, but creature will have a lot. But the main thing here is that is a cost 3 for 3/5 unit. 3/5 units for a cost 3 is really good, like Obi-Wan too. So yeah, we have here Venestra. This card is really good. This is like a Millennium Falcon, but in the ground, because when played you may use the Force. If you do, ready this unit, so you can play a cost 3, 3/4 ready in turn 2, which is amazing. Darth Tyrannus should be really hard to get in the boosters because it's a special card, so you can only find this if it's a foil or maybe hyperspace. I think just foil actually. Darth Tyrannus is a cost 4, 4/3 shielded and have ambush if you have the Force token. Really good, right? So this is it. This is everything that I have here to say about this new Legends of the Force pre-release. So what are you guys thinking about it? Say here in the comments and see you in the next video.